Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 14 of Around the World in 80 Tours. My name is the Lorekeeper, and welcome back. I know it's been a little bit since the last episode. It's been like a month, maybe a little over a month, but we are back. I feel a little bit more reinvigorated, so let's go on ahead and get right into it. So here today, this is our first stop in the United States, actually, uh, and actually in the entire continent of North America. For the most part, the episodes so far have been over in Europe and Asia and India, even an island off Japan. That's been really cool, but here we are in North America at last, for episode 14. And here today, we're at the BIJOU Theater in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Now, I know I kind of have a rule in place about not going to real touristy destinations. We are kind of bending that rule just a little bit today, because what this place is kind of too important to pass up, or too cool to pass up, rather. This is the oldest continually operating movie theater in the entire country. And you'll notice how it kind of looks that way just a little bit. This isn't the original design, of course. This seems to be more of an homage to the theater's history. Um, but yeah, I may be just a slight bit biased because in real life, my mocap artist, you could say, my voice actor, works at a movie theater and he loves it. So thought we'd just go ahead and check out the oldest one. Um, but I also want to point out really quickly um, the etymology of bijou here. It's French, and it's French for jewel, which this place certainly seems to be that. I am also sitting in an office chair, so I can just spin to my heart's content. I'm a little more energetic right now. I'm sure you guys love that. But yeah, sorry, the Bijou Theater. Um, so I have an article off to the side. This time I'm not using Wikipedia. I am using the official website of the theater itself. So let's check out what it has to say. I can just open up my browser here and minimize that. Oops. Oop. Excuse me. Okay. So if I can just get everything set up in a proper position here. Oop. Sorry. It's little tricky right now. All right. I can just move that right over there. There we go. All right. So the history of the Bijou, according to the Bijou Theater Connecticut.net. So let's see. This is a picture of the theater a long time ago, or maybe not a picture, maybe a painting. All right, this says the Bijou Theater is the oldest building in America that opened as a movie and live performance space and is still operating as a movie theater and live entertainment venue. Oh, which let me clarify real quick. This isn't necessarily the oldest venue in the entire country. There are a couple others, but this is the oldest one that was built specifically to be a theater. Um, there were others that were like town halls and general entertainment centers that are older, having been opened up in I think the 1830s and 1890s and such. But this is the oldest purpose-built movie theater. So before I go any further, I do want to clarify that. All right, but let's continue on. The story began in 1909 when Lillian L. Ashman purchased the property located at 269 through 275 Fairfield Avenue in Bridgeport. She commissioned architect Ernest G. Southey to design a three-story commercial building, which that checks out, to include an opera house and retail store. However, during construction, the plans for an opera house were converted into a movie house in response to the growing popularity of silent films at the time. The modified plan, the modified plan included a two-story ballroom above. In 1910, Peter Dahl leased, operated, and eventually bought the Bijou Theater, which, like I said, bijou is French for jewel. And, I actually learned that from watching a Batman cartoon, and Catwoman said it. She was trying to help a little girl, and the girl kept shouting, Bijou, Bijou! And Catwoman's like, oh wait, that means jewel. Yeah, I'll help you find it. And, it wasn't a jewel she found. It was a cat, but she was happy either way. Anyway, sidebar's done. Let's go. uh, Peter Dahl leased, operated, and um, oh yeah, I already said that. Daniel J. Quilty, a master dance instructor, conducted his College of Dancing within the two-story ballroom area. He taught waltz, polka, tap, and ballet until his death in 1950. In 1911, advertisements appeared in the Bridgeport Post newspaper for the Bijou Theater, which was building a reputation for high-class vaudeville and pictures. 3 shows daily, Saturday and holidays 4 shows, 600 seats for ladies and children, matinees for 5 cents, which 5 cents doesn't buy as much these days, does it? Moving on. Nights, everybody 10 cents. Man, really breaking the bank on that. In 1929, Athen G. Prakis, a Greek immigrant, began operating a luncheonette and confectionery in the retail portion of the building. He developed a spark for Helen, the piano player for silent films at the Bijou Theater. He wooed her, they married, and eventually they purchased the building. The family of Athen and Helen, including their daughters Olympia and Marina, Olympia's husband George Christ, and their son Athen, owned and operated the theater through a number of name changes: the Rivoli, Downtown Cinema, and Downtown Family Cinema. So, nice family-owned business they had going on. Always good to see. In October 2003, the Kuchma family purchased the building from Olympia and Marina. After more than 7 years of planning, redesigning, and a total renovation of the building, so as you see, this isn't quite the same as it was all the way back then. Is that a radio station that operates in there? Cool. Anyway, they brought back the original Bijou name 100 years after its first movie showing. The Bijou then became the centerpiece of a multi-property neighborhood called Bijou Square. With a 200-seat capacity, the Bijou Theater today cherishes its history and carries on the tradition of supporting the arts through film and live performance. And, of course, this is located, once again, at 275 Fairfield Avenue in Bridgeport, Connecticut. So, they don't, on the map, have any views inside the theater. So, we're gonna open up a new tab right over here and see what we can find. Let's see. Bijou Theater Bridgeport. Interior. Oops. Interior. There we go. Alright, we'll just pull up our images here. And look at that. Let me expand and bring it a little bit closer, because I realized during filming, my perspective isn't always exactly the same as your perspective. So what looks really big to me might be really small for you, because the camera in my goggles here records specifically from my left eye. So whatever the left optical piece sees is going to be more in line with what you guys see. So basically, you guys are looking at all this through just one of my eyes. So let's go ahead and scroll through. And bring it just a little closer here if I can. Oops, it's not quite. It's not quite it. Alright, so let me try to put this more on my left side, I guess. So yeah, you can see the seats in there, and I'm wondering if any of the original seats from the theater are still in here as like a museum piece or something. But yeah, they don't just do movies in here. Apparently, they do like plays and all that. You can see the tables there. That's nice. Um, there, and it really does look really nice. I think they're really leaning into the name Bijou because it does kind of look like jewels, I guess. I think they're going for stars, but they can lean into the Bijou name. That's a view from the stage, the screen. You'll see balconies up there. Uh, there's that. But yeah, I have recently discovered that the history of movie theaters is actually a subject that I'm kind of interested in. Because like whenever I start a new job, which like I said, uh, the theater now, um, I kind of like want to get to know everything about either what we sell, what service we provide, because I'm just that good an employee. So, managers, if you stumbled upon my show here, don't hesitate to give me a promotion or a raise or something. Uh, just a little shout out, little shout out. Hi guys. I haven't even had my coffee today. That's pretty wild, isn't it? But yeah, just kind of got some rest, got some sleep. Stopped doom scrolling on TikTok quite as much. Oh, look. Here's one from wait, what? Holyoke, Massachusetts? Interesting. That's not it's not this area, is it? I mean, we're in Connecticut, but oh yeah. I do remember in the research for this episode that there is a few theaters that share this name, which understandable. Oh, look over here. Oh wait, that's not quite. Where am I? I'm in Connecticut. Let me make sure I specify Connecticut. Okay. So look, here's a older picture from inside the theater. I don't know when this was taken. Oh yeah, but also, let's take a break from that real quick. But it's the funniest thing. I meant to record this episode like hours ago. It's almost 3 o'clock here right now, 3 p.m. Uh, I was trying to record it at like noon, but I've been having trouble with my InstaWarp map, which is what allows me to warp anywhere on the planet that has the 360 views available. But you see this, it's just been spinning all day long. So I can't even pull up anything on the search bar. So the InstaWarp map is not necessarily warping at the moment. So I kind of had to find the address on the map and navigate here myself. So yeah, this is made me feel ever so slightly primitive, which I, as the Lorekeeper, I think of myself, or I'm thought of by my creator, I suppose, who happens to be me. I think of myself as a character, rather. Um, so I have my gadgets that I use to get around. I have my temporal magnifying glass, which allows me to see when each shot was taken, as well as zoom in, use the compass, all that. I've got my Insta warp map, which is usually a lot more useful than it was today. But yeah, this usually allows me to warp anywhere I need to go, except today it decided that it doesn't want to be very helpful to me. Um, but yeah, that's the gist of it. I also have my data pad that I use to pull up information and such. Then my camera, the sort of floating hologram screen that lets you guys see me, even though the recording is from my eyes. But yeah, that's just kind of the arsenal of gadgets I have to produce the show, film it, everything. Let's see. Oh, is that? No, that's a different one. That's a different one. Yeah, look at all this. Um, there's no views available on the InstaWarp map to be able to look in the theater at a 360 view like I usually do, but this will just kind of have to do. That's really nice. Which you can see that sign. Um, it's kind of, excuse me, where is it? It's like folded. Oh, there it is. There it is. Let's go on a little further over here, and we can see it. We can see it better from this angle. Oh, I didn't even see that earlier. That's cool. I really like towns that have murals and stuff like that. I mean, even graffiti is art, you know? Just a lot of it's not necessarily of the legal variety, which I'm an advocate for the arts. But if you can do art legally, you should. Um, uh, illegal art isn't. I like looking at it. I don't necessarily condone it though. But have you ever seen like graffiti on trains passing by? And like you can look at it and be like, "Oh, that's funny," or "Oh, that's really ugly." But the fact of the matter is that art has been on the train longer than some people have been alive. So think about that. But anyway, um, I kind of wandered over here to look at some art. My bad. I got distracted. But let me check my episode timer and see if I need to wrap it up pretty soon. Because I do have some facts I want to share as well. Okay, I still have like 5 minutes. We're good. So, let me not waste my last 5 minutes in this episode. Um, let me just go back to the theater here. Can I do that? Yes. See, it'll warp me very short distances like this. But as far as like traveling across the world at a moment's notice, it's not really an option at the moment. But yeah. So uh most of the time when we go to the theater when it's not too expensive, which is not really a problem I have to deal with anymore, everyone loves to get popcorn. But did you know that the only reason popcorn is so popular at the movie theaters is because way back in World War II, I think it was World War II anyway, um, candy was being rationed. Like, normally, candy was the go to snack at movie theaters, which to a point it still is. Um, but candy was being rationed, so theaters just didn't really have that much candy to be able to sell. But third party vendors, really, they would set up booths like outside movie theaters, like down that corner or something like that. And they would sell people popcorn, which they would then take into the theaters. Now, movie theaters saw this and they were a little peeved about it. Um, but then they got an idea. If they were to start selling popcorn at the theaters, the vendors would no longer be a problem. And as years went on, they could mark up their prices from 5 cents to 10 cents to, the $20 combos that we see today. But yeah, that's the reason that popcorn became the go to for movie theater snacks. And now going to a movie theater without popcorn, it's just unheard of. It's unthinkable. Except if it's super expensive, like it often is. Um, but yeah, that is the Bijou Theater over in excuse me, I like trailed off there for a second. Over in Connecticut. This has been episode 14 of Around the World in 80 Tours. My name's the Lorekeeper. And real quick, while I have like 3 minutes, viewership has been kind of low on this new YouTube channel of mine. So if you could, please make sure you like, comment, share with your friends. Help me reach a bigger audience because I do like doing this. It just helps to know that people actually watch it and like me doing this. Um, but also, there's going to be a link in the description and in the comments for my Cash App link. That's the feature called Tip Your Tour Guide. You can make sure that if you feel so inclined, you absolutely don't have to, and I don't want you to feel pressured to doing so. You can donate to me, and it would really, really help me out. Just let me know that I'm doing a good job, that you enjoy the show, and yeah, that's pretty much it. This has been episode 14 of Around the World in 80 Tours, and we still have a lot of episodes to go. So be sure that you're tuning in whenever I happen to upload. I don't really have any sort of set schedule. So just kind of catch me if you can. Or make sure you subscribe to notifications, as Watch Mojo would say. But yeah, that's going to be it, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.